Hi there. Welcome to my second live. Nobody there at the moment, but I am a little bit early. Let's wait for somebody to turn up, shall we? Right. The reason for the live, I was going to show some new stuff that I've received. I was going to show some old stuff I received, and I was going to show some stuff I'm taking a thought bubble. Now, the new stuff hasn't arrived. And good evening, Timbers. Okay. Right. As I said, the new stuff hasn't arrived. So if you hear a knock on the door, it might be the postman. But I don't. This 24-hour thing that they talk about is obviously not true. But I have got some books to show, which I think Tempest, you may have seen them before. No, the postie didn't turn up, mate. No. Supposed to have been delivered at 11:05 this morning. 12:05 this afternoon, and I waited in for several hours, but no joy. It's the first time ever, but it's very annoying. But anyway, hi Darren. Thank you. World of Krypton I received from Krypton Chronicles. No, that's what this is called. But Ace Auctions UK sent these. And it's World of Krypton 1 to 3. So there's number 1. There is number 2. There is number 3. And then we got Camelot 3000. I just showed these on a short, but show them for a little bit longer this time. These come from a place on eBay called GoodGoodBuddy. And we have, I'll go backwards to it. Oh, that's weird. Where have they gone? Oh, they're there. Number 12. Count them down. Number 11. Number 10. Hi, Mike. Thank you for joining. Number 8. No, it's not. That's number 9. Selling porkies. Number 8. Number 7. Number 6. Yeah, it is. Number 5. Hi there, user. He's given me the nickname Boston. He's very into Star Trek paperbacks. And we've been having a good old conversation through the comments of my latest paperback video, which has just hit 200 looks, which is really nice. So thank you to all the Star Trek people out there that have done that. Number 2. Hi, Kyle. And number 1. Now, hopefully this one comes out because I think it's a gorgeous cover. I fell in love with this. This is Tiago da Silva Virgin variant. I got this from a guy called Luke Hayden on Facebook. I would say that's a rather nice cover. Hopefully you all agree. And then especially for Mark, who does all the Archie comics on YouTube. I saw a couple of these and I thought they're rather nice. And obviously this is a Halloween cover. This came from a guy on eBay called David098. It is a Josh Burns variant. And this is obviously Veronica, and it's from Halloween 2023. Rather cute. And I had to get a Betty. This one is a Archie's 2025th Valentine special. This again is done by Josh Burns, and this came from eBay, a guy called 98 Comics Ltd. I thought that's rather nice. There is a theme. Now, another little pile. And these, I saw these on a YouTube channel. I can't remember which one it was, but I thought I've got to get this because I hadn't seen it. I think it was Matt Loves Comics or Likes Comics. This is Gotham Underground from number 1 to 9, and it's from a NinjaBadgers on YouTube. Yeah, that's probably how they're staying in business. You're probably right. And this is Gotham Underground. There was 9 issues, and it built a picture. There's number 1. Right, something. Nothing. Number 2. Another scarecrow there. And then we've got Riddler and Two-Face on this one. And then we've got all sorts on here. We've got Batwoman, Nightwing, Bane, all sorts on that one. And then we have Robin, or Red Robin, Oracle, Huntress, the Cassandra Batgirl. Yes, ooh, Betty is the great comment there. Gotham Underground, number 7 now. Commissioner Gordon. Number 8. And they'll say all of them made a picture. And we have the penguin. And now, I think Darren's there from Splat Comics. This is the lot he sent me a couple of days ago. At least he's arrived on time, unlike my new ones. And there we go. We have the Spectre and Deadman, of course. And then we have the Flash, 208. And as Darren quite rightly says, the only comic that DC did at 7.5p. Price variant for, and then he's got in marker pen on front cover, turns a fine to very good. There's a little 4 there, but you've got to look really closely to see it. And then there's this Wild Western Action, as I was corrected, and not the Bravados. And 3 issues of this. Never heard of it before, but it looked quite good. So I said I'll have those when he showed them on our Geeky Weekly program. Number 1 there. Number 2. And number 3. And there is only 3. So CLZ tells me. That's right. Then we got a nice little Batgirl cover, variant cover. And I forgot to put the name of the variant artist on there. And this was the Catwoman A cover, which I missed. I got the B cover of it. I didn't realise I didn't have the A. And then we got a bunch of Superman Family. The first issue of Superman Family, because obviously it took over from Jimmy Olsen, 163, when Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane, and Supergirl all amalgamated into this. But thank you, Darren. Splat Comics, he's doing a big sale at the moment. Get your books there. He did send me a cover of a certain comic as well. I'm not going to show that one because I'm keeping that for my 69th birthday. It is relevant. But that's not far away now. Early January. And I'm heading towards that 70 mark. If I ever get there. Ha ha. Then we have 173. If Forbidden Planet are still around, yes. Yes. They tend to do just new books, though. They don't really do a lot of old stuff. Not the Forbidden Planets I've been in, anyway. That's the last one of those. And we have this. I'm looking for the issue 2, 3, and 4. I've not been lucky so far, but this #1 of Congorilla. And that was all of them from Darren of Splat Comics. And the next thing I was going to show, I'm just going to have a short slurp. Excuse me. I'm still listening out for that door for the new ones to arrive, but there you go. Oh yeah, talking about new ones. Before I get to Thought Bubble, these two arrived. I keep cancelling it and then getting it again and cancelling it and getting it again. So therefore, I keep getting missing ones. So this is Absolute Superman. It's the only Absolute title I'm reading now. It's number 10. This comes from Sad Lemon Comics. And this is the latest issue, but I missed it on my pull list. And this came from A Place in Space, and that's Absolute Superman number 13. As I said, it's the only Absolute title I'm reading now. But anyway, Thought Bubble. Oh, great. Oh, so if you had it 10%, I might have a good chance of getting it then. I thought it might have been one of them titles where it came out sporadically over here. You never know. But these are the books I'm going to take to Thought Bubble with me next week. That's for the next weekend, for Friday, for the Saturday. I'm going up there on Friday, but the actual convention's on Saturday and Sunday. And this is Resident Alien, started in the Dark Horse Presents specials, and the very first three of the first three chapters, I should say, of it appeared in the Dark Horse Presents. And then they started printing them in just single comic form. They started with this issue, number 0. So this is the first one, was in single as a comic form. So I'm getting that one signed, if it turns up. And this is the 4th series. And so this didn't appear in Dark Horse Presents. So this is brand new. So I'm going to get number 1 of that signed. Which one's that? User, great series about the end of it. Which one? Are you talking about Resident Alien? Because say there's still 9. There's 9 series of it out at the moment, and well, there's the ninth chapter is out. Yeah, the 9th series is out. Issue 2 came out last week. Oh, no, come out this week, I should say. That's one of the ones I'm waiting for in the post. Yeah, and then this one is. This was internal art was by Charlie Adlard, you know, more famous for The Walking Dead. But I'm going to get that one signed. Oh, hopefully that. And then Al Ewing is supposed to be there. So I'm going to get this signed. This is obviously the 11th Doctor. And this is issue 1, the first time he was in the comics. As far as I know. No, that's not true. The first of his own time in his own comics. I think there was in some 2- and 3-parter miniseries as well. Oh, the Resident Alien TV show. I didn't think that had finished. But obviously you in America will know more than I do. Now, I'm taking this with me, but I've still yet to decide what I'm going to get put on it and who's going to do it. But there's 2 or 3 choices there. So one of them being my friend, or I hope he calls a friend, Ian Richardson. He did this for me, along with that and all the rest of it, all this of the art for me, which at the moment I've bought T-shirts, cups, or mugs rather, and I've just bought, where's it gone? I bought some pens as well. I've only had a couple made. I might get more. If I ever get to 500 subs and I'll start doing some giveaways, you never know. But anyway, these are the covers that I'm going to take to Ian. Ian's not actually going to be at Thought Bubble as far as sitting on the counter is concerned. Yeah, draw a green sparrow. Yeah, they're very good. Satan's Hollow. And then there's a Grimm Fairy Tales. He did all of these covers. He did quite a few for Zenoscope. And so I'm going to get these ones signed. But as I said, I'm going to be meeting him there. But he is not actually going to be at Thought Bubble itself. He is going to be giving me some art that he has done for me already. Hi, Brian. And there's Evil Heroes. And then there's a couple of Black Sables. There is a couple of others as well, but at the moment I can't find them. There's a Black Knight that he did as well. And I'm hoping... I've taken all of those stickers off, and I should have put all of them back on again, really. He is also... I'm giving him this one. There's a Twilight Zone blank. And I've got my own idea of what he's going to do on that. I'm not going to tell anybody because it's going to be a surprise. Also, Ian's so busy. I don't expect I'll see it much before at the middle of next year anyway. And then we have, I bought this because I didn't have the -1. And it's Charlie. I'm going to hopefully get Charlie Adler to do a sketch on it. The only thing is this isn't really... specifically made for that. This was blank, but it's not the kind of blank that people draw on. But Ian, according to Ian, he said that he'd probably get away with it. But if he doesn't, I bought this little X-Files book. And inside this are blank pages. So we can get him to draw something on one of them. And then we have Tula Lote is going to be there. So I'm going to get her to do this Aquaman cover. Obviously, that's Mira. And Peter Horvath is possibly going to be there. He said he was going to be. Then they say he wasn't. Then he was. So I, at the moment, have no idea. But anyway, I haven't got the #1 of Beneath the Trees. But I'm going to get him to hopefully sign The Rite of Spring #1. The Beneath the Trees, I did have the series, but I sold it mainly to get the hardback that he was signing that you could send away for. What I didn't know at the time, after I'd sold them, was that you can only get it in the States. They weren't sending them over to the UK, which is nice. But I was hoping that he might actually have some. That I might actually be able to buy one and have him sign them. But there you go. And there's another one here, Al Ewing. I'm seeing this. I've just put little stickers on there. So I bought some gold and silver pens in different colours. I think they'll be nice in silver. That was the Absolute Green Lantern #1. And there's one here, a jock one. 871. That's the sort of the ending of the Black Mirror, the starting of the Black Mirror story. You sign that one. And all of those I will get signed. I don't think there's any worth, whether a slabbing or not. And at the moment, slabbing is difficult because of the amount it's costing in postage. But this is the one I keep worrying about, whether I should or I shouldn't. I mean, this is an original. I've looked all over this book and I can't think anything wrong with it whatsoever. Regular comics are $3. The $3.99s you can generally get for about £3.40. $4.99s you get for about £3.99. £4.25. It all depends where you buy them, to be perfectly honest. I mean, there's some companies charge, a penny a cent. So, $3.99 is $3.99. So it's expensive. But anyway, I've got this one. This is, the original. It's not a reprint or anything like that. I bought this off the shelf. I say I can't see anything wrong with it whatsoever. And if there was a slab to be got, this is probably the one I would do. But get him to sign. But there you go. I mean, I've never been one for money anyway, so it's not so much that bothered about that. But then whoever gets my collection afterwards, it might be nice to have it that way. Another person that's going to be there is Kyle Ennis. Garth Ennis. And I've just picked out this one. That's Demon number 50. I might get him to sign that. Thank you, James. Yes, it is. What would everybody say? I mean, I bought some gold pens, silver pens, and so what would you say? What colour would you have? What pen colour would you have that signed in? Don't want to stick it. I should put more back on again. Oh, there you go. Right, green. If you can get a red pen on his chin or green. Green. Oh, okay. Green. Oh, well, I think I've got a green pen. 1 second. It's in my. Excuse me. I've got my thought bubble bag. I've taken all the books out of it. Where is it? Well, I did have some pens in here. I think I've got green. Well, I did have some green pens in here. Oh. Yeah. Put them in here for safekeeping. Now I can't find the bloody things. Ah, I see. There's so many zips on this. I put them right in the very front. No, I didn't. That's strange. Oh. This is rather silly. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I have got a green pen. Or a green Sharpie, as they call it. Yes? Black, blue, or red would not stand out from the existing colours. No, that's true. Go thought bubble next week, but my daughter asked me to take her to London Comic Con. Oh. It's amazing they got them running at the same time, isn't it? You thought there's so few comic conventions in this country, you thought they'd liaise with each other so they don't, clash. Mr. Horn. Mr. Hom. That's right. Not wearing the right glasses. Mr. Hom. Okay, Mr. Hom. Anyway, as I said, I was going to show you the new ones I had for the last 2 weeks, but I can't because the postman hasn't been. I can't hear any knocks on the door, and it's getting much later. They were supposed to have been delivered at 12:05. But there you go. But they've always got a disclaimer, haven't they? But what I thought I'd do to person that doesn't have slabs, I thought I'd show you the slabs I have got. Being as I've got live and it's half an hour. Excuse me, I'm going to have a short slurp. Oh, it's getting very warm. 8 people watching and 4 thumbs up. Get in there. If you'd like to give me some thumbs up, it's supposed to help with the channel. Right. These are in no particular order. But there's a Action Comics 869, and that's the infamous beer one. There. And then we have, this is one, I've got the reprint of this so I can read it, but this was the better copy. Most of the, well, this was actually cheaper than buying some of the raw copies. But this helped to complete my Superman collection that I've got back of me there, from 1957 through to the present day. And of course, I had to get all the annuals as well. Thank you, Darren. Yeah. And there was also the giant annual #1. And this was the one that was going to be, or is this the one? Yeah, I think this is the one that was going to be #9. Kyla, correct me, I'm sure. On the last one, Kyle, it was a it's a PGX 6.5. That's what that one was. Yeah. Yes, so that was going to be #9, but it didn't happen. He decided to start off with 1 and give you all those other funny numbers. This is a recent one I picked up. I think I showed this last time, but I thought she was lovely. This is a Xenoscope character called Mystere. It's from 2019. I just fall in love with some of these ladies. It's the old man in me, I suppose. And this is not the greatest condition in the world, but then this keeps going up and up and up. And this is just a 1.0, but at least I've got it. This is one I won a while ago. Walking Dead Deluxe number 7. It's quite ironic, really, because they brought it all out in colour, and yet I won a black and white cover. And this one I did win as well. This one I won from, who was it? It was, that guy over in America, that big Triple G, Peter's Triple G's friend. Efren, that was it. I won this off his show. I think it was his 500 subscribers or some such thing as that. That's quite pretty. And then a few of the ones that helped me fill my action run. And again, came like this because it was cheaper to buy them like this than it was to buy the Raw. And the Raw weren't in any better condition anyway. That's that. That's action number 236, and that is January 1958. So I was about a year old when that came out. Yeah, well, like you're right, Carl. So the price has slowly gone down. And then we have Action Comics 229. So this is June 57. As I said, only got them in slabs form because it was cheaper to buy them like this than it was to buy them raw, which is ridiculous. And another one, 231. And then we have more up to date. This is from 2023. Do you have this one though, Tempest? And to all the Tempest who helped me with my Dead Man or my Halloween video. So you already saw that on that one. I still haven't opened it. I don't know whether I will or I won't, but I'm scared to do it. I've seen somebody on the YouTube was doing it with a screwdriver and he ripped straight through the bloody page. I said, I'm not going that way. I don't want to do that. And the very last one is probably my favourite. This is, again, I've shown this before, but I showed this on my 100th video. I'm coming up to my 200th video soon. So there's a 100th Superman issue. And I still need 6 to go from 100 to the present day. Really? Right. Well, I've got shown all that I was going to show, but I have got a box here. If anybody's interested, I've had this in the car for God knows how long, and I still haven't got round to reading them. I keep buying these books, and then I don't read them. Yes, Mr. Hom, yes. Garth Ennis is supposed to be at this Thought Bubble convention. So, yes, I hope to see quite a few people. I mean, it'd be the only convention I ever went to that actually meet people, and you'll love this anyway, and you probably met them, is a Star Trek one where I got the Catherine Janeways, or the actress's name has gone out of my head now. But anyway, I got her signature, and I got Wong's signature as well. And again, the actor's name had gone out of my head of him as well. I got that. But they were about the only times that I really saw people to get signatures. So this is going to be a total new thing to me, to go there. Yeah, Cape Mulgrew, of course. Yeah, and but anyway, I'll show you these bits and pieces. If you're interested, soon find out if you're not, because everybody will disappear. But these are the books I haven't read yet. This is from AWA Studios. This is Can Girl. I think this has actually got a lot of stories inside it. It's not just that person. Then we have DC's Kal-El Fornica. Kal-El Fornica. Love. I must be honest, I don't quite know why I bought this, but there you go. And then we have, I must have read number 1 because that's not in here. Stranger Things, Dungeons and Dragons, number 2. Elseworlds. Yes, I've got plenty of Elseworlds. Huh? Really? Yes, he does come over as a nice guy. If he likes horses, he can't be all bad. And number 3. And number 4. And then there's Terror and Fury, number 2 and 3. There was only 3 issues of this. I did get rid of 1, but I haven't yet to read these 2. And then we have Lucky Devils. I know number 5 took a long time to come out. Unfortunately, the poor guy writes it was very ill. They have started re-releasing it again, but I don't know how long that will be. I think it was supposed to be 10 issues, but I don't know whether it will stay that way. No, well, I got round to reading number 6 of Two-Face. It wasn't a bad miniseries. Now these are the fun ones I've got off of eBay. Saw them special prices and everything. And I really, really love these. Terry Dodson art, as I say, it's Adventure Man. Ghost Lights, number 1. And that's I don't know, since. Oh, it's only a 2-issue series. I thought it was a 4. So that was 2. And then we had Adventure Men. I think this is 9. Some great Terry Dodson art there. Be nice if the postman called. But there you go. It ain't going to happen, I don't think. Now, I'll probably get it on Sunday. But I think it's a lovely art. That's a really nice one. Yeah, I wish you'd ring once, Kyle. Once, or just knock on the door would be nice. Yeah, I've done that, Darren. Yeah, they've just kept it saying it's going to be delivered at 12:05 this afternoon. They haven't updated it. I know what you mean, but no, they haven't. Then we have been wanting to read this stuff because it's been sitting in the car in the box. I just haven't done it. It's Batman versus Bigsby or Bigby from the Fables. Yeah, obviously got dinosaurs. I see there's a new Mark still here, or Mike, I should say, if Comic Mike's still here. I see there's a new video. I haven't watched your video yet, mate, because I went live just as I saw it came out with the Ted War things. I don't think I'll be able to do that one because I don't have a lot of war covers. Apart from that one I bought recently that had the advert for Jonah Hex inside. I suppose I could show all the Mars Attacks ones because, I mean, that's a war after all said and done. But I've done those on a short year, about a year and a half ago, I think. You got Batman versus Bigby. Tell me if I'm boring everybody. But it's Charlie's Angels versus the Bionic Woman. Again, wanted to read this and still haven't got round to it. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your question there, Darren. Purple label means that it's been played around with. Where is it? There they go. Oh, there they go. Yes, it's called a restoration. If it's been restored, it's a restored grade. And it says restoration includes small amount of colour touch on cover, pieces added to cover, tear seals to cover, cover and interior reinforced, and a piece of reattached with glue. But that's the reason. But I don't care because it's in a plastic thing, so I'm never ever going to see it, am I? So it doesn't really matter. Also, it made it a bloody sight cheaper because. And we got. Brian, did you get your signature, or was you there then, Tempest, for Brian Blessed? I suppose you could hear him down the road anyway. Yeah. But like I said, usually, I mean, as you see with all those restored labels, it's like Alan at of Comic Collector Geek. I mean, he has a lot of those, mainly because the books he collects are many, many thousands, and that makes it half a quarter of the price. Oh, too big a queue. Oh, that's a shame. As I say, we've got J.I. Joe with $6 Million Man. Again, some of these books, when I did that Bionic Man video, I came across these, didn't know they existed, and I still haven't got around to reading them. This was on somebody's video, Gemma Jameson, Shadow Hunter. I can't imagine why I got these. Then we have Superman Lois Lane. I thought I'd read that, but I haven't. Let's say silver coin ones here, but the covers are rather boring, so I won't bother showing those. Excuse me, short slurp time. Right, this is Tom Strong and the Robots of Doom. Number 1 to 6. These are some great covers. Here we go. Number 5. Okay. Getting very hot. I believe so when it's bucketing down with rain outside. Then we had Tom Strong's Terrific Tales. Again, I picked these up seeing all these YouTube videos of different people, then finding things I didn't realise I didn't have. Again, still haven't got around to reading them. I've got so much reading to do. And thanks to Mr. Hom there in the chat. I think I've got about half a dozen new Star Trek novels turning up. Well, there's more than half a dozen. I think it's about 10 I've ordered, I think. So I've got a lot of reading to do and catching up with the amount that you've got. Monkeys always sell the covers. I have to remember that the next time they do one of those 10 covers, eh? Ooh. Then we got number 8. Number 9. I will be doing, I'm not just recording it tonight or doing it tomorrow, a new Superman video will be coming out Tuesday. And I'm hoping to do a Batman one for Friday. And that'll come out while I'm driving up the road to Harrogate for Thought Bubble. So that should be fun. Going up there a day early because I can't stand driving at night, so I wanted to go there nice and early in the morning. Well, when it's light, early in the morning. These old eyes don't go much for it anymore. Right, and now, all you know of Sync. I don't know if anybody's ever read Sync. Hi, Matt. This is a spin-off from it. This character is, well, he's a good one, but he's still an evil bugger. But there you go. And this was a compilation of issues 12 and 13, I think. Yeah. Again, still haven't got down to reading these. I've read all the early issues, just haven't read all the, well, say recent. I mean, they've been out a long while now. Number 14 and number 15. And then we have, I haven't read these. I still haven't, I only collected a couple of them anyway. I got the Snow Monkey free comic book day. Don't ask me why. And then was number 1. I don't know whether this was any good. I'd never heard anything about it, so I didn't get 3 and 4. So Flash Gordon, I think this was the. I don't know whether there is a Flash Gordon Quarterly number 4, but I did read 1 and 2, but I just haven't got around to reading 3. But I'm getting to the stage now where I think if I haven't read them now, I'm not going to continue collecting the others. I bought Howl number 1 because of the cover. But I've still not read 3 and 4. It's a possibility, Matt. I'm going on, so I'm leaving on Friday morning. Well, as I say, when it's light Friday morning, probably leave about 9 o'clock. I'll probably drive 100 miles and stop, for something to eat, and then another 100 miles. I think it's nearly 350 miles from me. I'm not 100% sure about that. So I'll just slowly meander up there. So I'll probably get up there for about 3 o'clock, I would expect. For taking me about 5 hours to drive, that sort of thing, with the stopping and starting. I can't be in the hotel before 3 anyway. Yeah, no, I think I'm a bit older than you back then. I couldn't do it in that space of time, and to be honest, I wanted to give myself a little bit of respite anyway, away from certain things, which I think you know. So I thought I'd just make a little holiday of it, because it's the first holiday I've had for, well, I don't remember actually. It's a long, long time. So I will move up. I was planning on doing is doing it Friday, the Saturday, and of course we're going to have the night out with you and all the other guys. Hopefully, with all the YouTube guys, which is going to be good fun. And we're going for a curry, which I will enjoy meeting everybody. So we'll have a good night then. And then Saturday, then Sunday, obviously we'll on the Sunday we'll obviously go into the Thought Bubble there, because I mean I think they open again at 10 till 5 or something like that. So I'll stay there a few hours or however long it takes to do whatever we need to do. Or when the money runs out, which will probably happen before. And anyway, and then I'm going to stay at the hotel Sunday night, so I can leave on the Monday morning. Again, I'm not a night driver anymore. These eyes are too damn tired, so it's time for me to think. Well, I don't want to end up in a ditch, basically. So I don't really want to drive home at night. And I mean, obviously now at this time of year, it gets very, very dark very quickly. I mean, today, for instance, because it was cloudy and horrible, it was dark by 3:30. By 5, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. So it's and it's obviously only going to get worse the nearer into November you get. So that's the reason I'm staying. But because I said I just don't want to drive at night. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. As I said, I haven't had a break like this before, and also obviously want to meet the people that you see on YouTube, and want the people that are in the chat and always messing around, sort of thing, like yourself. And it'd just be nice to just to meet everybody. I mean, that's probably the main reason I'm going. The comics at Thought Bubble probably won't interest me to that extent, other than the people are getting signed, mainly because the stuff I want is now too old and too damn expensive. So you probably can only buy 1 or 2 anyway, even if they had them. And when you're starting looking for stuff that goes back into the mid 50s. Yes, me too. Yeah. So that's. I mean, that realistically, probably I'm going to get more out of meeting everybody and having chinwag and geek out and all that sort of stuff than actually buying comics. And also, it would be nice to meet all of these people, writers, artists, especially Ian, because I mean Ian and me have been chatting away sort of thing for well over a year now on the Instagram. And it'd just be nice really to shake his hand and thank him very much for the nice books that he's drawn me, and the ones that he's going to be drawing me as well. So that's another thing that I'm really looking forward to. As I said, it's just something that this silly old sod sort of thing I would really, really like to do. And it's the main reason that I went into this YouTube thing as well. Actually, is to chat to people about books and comics and the nerd side, because there's no one in my family that has got any interest in, well, not that I've got a lot of family left, to be perfectly honest, but there's nobody in my family that even when they were around that had any interest at all. I have thought about selling that kind of thing, but the only problem with it is how expensive it can be. Also, I mean, I've got a car I can put 2 or 3, well, maybe 4 or 5 long boxes in, but that's about it. So I'll be ferrying backwards and forwards a few times to make it worthwhile. You've got to have a few thousand books sitting on there to give any chance of selling them. That's what I understand. I mean, that's how our Peter Triple Chi Peter has described it, and a number of others have described it. There's not a gigantic amount there. I mean, even Ian Richardson turned around and told me that you won't find a lot there anyway. It's more for the sort of the signing and the sketching and all that sort of stuff. But no, I would like. I mean, I need to thin my comic collection. There's no doubt about that. I mean, the space, apart from anything, else, I mean, it's taken over. I mean, I've got sort of like just over 22,000 books. I mean, that's not enough, not loads in some, in some people's area, I know, but it's enough for me. And so I've been selling the action figures. I'll start doing the Golden Orbit Fair to get rid of some comics, yeah. But I sold most of my statue collection. I've only got a few left, like the two that are at the back there. I can't sell them. I wouldn't be able to sell them now, even if I wanted to, because they used to be to the right of me up on the shelf, and I didn't realise that the sun had caught them so much. Yes, I know. I didn't realise the sun had caught them so much, and unfortunately, Catwoman, you can see up there on her bike, she had a proper colour skin. She hasn't anymore; it's white. She's got alabaster now. The Harley Quinn's not too bad, but her two little mates that are sitting in her sidecar there, they're a bit bleached. So there's no way I could sell that. I mean, those statues are going for £500 or £600 on eBay, but I'll be lucky to get £100 for them because of the condition they're in now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them as far as, I mean, they're perfectly fine. There's nothing broken or anything like that. It's just the discolours. They're just a discoloration on them, unfortunately. As I say, I didn't realise the sun had done that, because, I mean, they don't get no sun much at the back of here anyway. And yes, I know, yeah. But anyway, they're basically ruined in that sense. So I mean, they're only for, just to display now. There's the two bronze statues there. I mean, it's not real, but I don't believe it's real bronze. They cost a few bob, but they didn't cost that much. There's the Batman one there, which is obviously from the film. And well, you can't see the Superman one at the moment, but there's the Superman one there. But I wouldn't sell those anyway. I like them too much. But I sold most of them to buy the books that I was buying, but I haven't got a lot left now. But I just want to streamline some. If I could just get a few boxes, it would be nice to be able to take them down to some convention or something like that and sell them. But whether it costs so much money to start off with, and like I said, I would have to make 2 or 3 trips, and you take the petrol into consideration and where these places are. I mean, there are a few conventions around. I mean, I live near an area for the people that are not from this country. I live down near a place called Bournemouth, which is quite a famous holiday resort. There aren't that many conventions around this area, and the ones that tend to be more cosplay, or they sell pops and stuff like that. They don't sell they don't sell comics to that extent. And the ones they do sell are very, very modern. They tend to sell the Virgin variants of stuff like that, those things. So it's very difficult to find a place that actually you can sell them on. Get rid of all that Marvel stuff. Though I haven't got a lot of Marvel. Well, apart from Daredevil, say it silently because his ears start bleeding if you say too many of these characters. But other than that, really, and the Thing as well. But other than those two, I don't really. Of course, I just bought the Dazzler series as well, didn't I? But that's the trouble. I keep buying all these things and I'm still not reading them. And I've got to sit down and read them, but I just don't get the chance. Different things happen, and then I start talking to people about Star Trek novels, and I start buying them as well. I need 40 to complete the Daredevil series from volume 1 to the present day. I think it's 40 or 39. I think it is now. But I'm going to be leaving that a little while before I start picking at those. I've been putting money away for the number 1 and number 7, but there's still quite a lot of money that's got to be added to that to be dream of being able to buy number 1. Number 7, possibly. Number 1, no, not at the moment. Unfortunately, there's so many people going away. There's so many people these days on the YouTube channel telling people that Daredevil's good to buy because its number one isn't as good, isn't as expensive as all these other number ones, your FF and your Spider-Man and whatever. But the more they get told that, the more the prices seem to come up. And so it's still lower than the others, but it's still bloody high in that for a simple. I mean, that's the only reason, I suppose, I streamline my collection, knock down 15, not 3,000 or 4,000 off of it. I might just about be able to afford to buy a DD1. It won't be. It'd probably have to be a 2.0 or a 3.0 or something or other. I certainly couldn't afford anything probably higher than that. But that's about the only way I'm going to get it now, short of doing, short of winning the lottery. No, it would be interesting to see. I've got to knuckle down, and I've got to do that. I've got to start thinning these books, and I've got to stop buying books I'm not reading. That's a definite certainty, because it's no good. It's no good keep doing all of that. There's no purpose to it at all. But I've the other books there. I just said I keep buying these things. I mean, I love westerns, and I keep buying all these new westerns and things like this. And this one, Gunslingers. I keep wanting to get into this because I've been told it's excellent, or an excellent read, and I haven't been able to get into that yet. And this I've been told is very good as well, but I think it's mainly the cover that brought me through to that one. But I don't know whether you realise that. Yes. Yeah. Why have I not told you what before? Because you'll encourage me. That's why, Darren. I know there's plenty of books probably sitting in your home that you haven't organised yet because you've been too busy playing war games. But no, I say westerns as far as the newer stuff. I mean, I really like the Spawn one, the Gunslinger. I mean, that's really good. The older stuff, I'm not sure whether I would or not. But yeah, I mean, you can organise them, and you can sit there and see if you can flog them to me. I might swap you for things that you don't want as well. But I don't know. I keep saying these things, and I say them, and then what happens is I buy them all, and they get put in boxes like this, and they're going to see the light of day. As I said, that box has been sitting in my car for nearly 6 months, and I haven't touched it. What, the innuendo cover you talking about, Matt? I have actually. That's another thing, I do these silly things. Of the Rifleman, I actually bought the DVD box set of Rifleman. I haven't watched it yet. I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and I'm not exaggerating, of videos that are still in the cellophane, box sets that are still in the cellophane. One of my favourite American series from years ago, and it is years ago now, is Homicide: Life on the Street. I got the 7. I bought all 7 of the series, and they're all from America as well, because I got them well before they came out over here. They're all like Region 1 playing. Again, I bought a Region 1 video so I could play them, along with a region, along with an adapter so that I could change the electricity for it, because obviously our electric is different to them over there. Oh, have you really? And I've watched. I had watched the first season, but then I'd already seen the first 2 or 3 seasons anyway. I watched the first season on the DVDs, and I think I was halfway through the second one, and I've still not done it. I've got I've still not watched the last 2 or 3 seasons of Breaking Bad. I can't even remember where it finished. Where I finished with that. I would have to probably go back and start at least season 3 and work my way up. And talking about The Walking Dead earlier, I mean, I haven't got all of the seasons. I haven't bothered because I haven't watched them. But I've got at least 6 seasons of that to watch. And the spin-offs, I've been buying the spin-offs when they've come out on DVD, and I haven't watched them yet either. It's just, it's just, I say, finding the time and just looking after the other half is tiring. And once I've done that, and once I've sorted out different few bits and things, and getting all the boring stuff done, getting the washing and the cleaning and the hoovering and all the rest of it. Once you've got all of that done, and then you sit down and read a comic, or sit down and read a book, you find yourself with you find yourself falling asleep, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's time to go to bed. And that is the problem. And now I've got her shouting now, because you can hear me speaking. But no, as I say, that's the thing. It's just finding the time to do all these things. Your eyes get all big because you see all this lovely stuff that you can buy, and then all of a sudden, it doesn't happen. Law and Order. So yeah, there are 6 different shows. You're right, isn't there? I mean, my favourite of all of them was of all those kind of shows. I mean, it was NCIS, the original NCIS, but that died a death once the big man left, and I hadn't watched a lot. I tried to watch the last season. I watched about 2 or 3 episodes of it, and then they're just making episodes for the sake of making them. That's all it boils down to me. There's no kind of compatibility with anybody in that now, so I gave up watching that. But I as far as the Law and Order shows, I mean, there was the British version of Law and Order, wasn't there, as well? But I've watched most of those on and off, but I've never really sit down and watched the regular ones. I'm glad I hadn't, actually, because otherwise it would be encouraging me to buy the bloody videos, and I'm not doing that. Anyway, I've been whittering on now for over an hour, and I think boring everybody to death already. We've got a lot more to show. And I've shown all these before, I think, anyway. So what I'll do is we'll call this. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for thumbs upping. It's very, very nice of you to watch and stay alive this silly old sod withering on. But I will do another one of these again when I've got the right amount of books to show and the right thing to do. I mean, I might do, depending on what I get and what I get from Thought Bubble, I might do a little live one with all the bits and pieces I picked up, or I might not. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I will, as I said, I've got one. Hopefully on Tuesday there will be a Superman video, and there will be hopefully a Batman video on Friday. So it'll be this coming Tuesday and on Friday. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Right. Thank you very much. And we'll probably see some of you in the chat with Peter Triple G when he has his, what's he called? Rusty Staples. That comes on at 8, I believe. So I'll see some people in the chat then. Thank you very much for watching. And like I say, thank you. And I will see you again. Bye.